In a increasingly bitter trade dispute, South Korea says it will remove Japan from its list of trusted trade partners just hours after Tokyo announced it would do the same to Seoul. The crisis is rooted in historical grievances. Last year, South Korean courts ordered Japanese firms to pay compensation for forced labour during the Second World War. Our correspondent Laura Bicker reports from Seoul.
This dispute comes after decades of mistrust. When Japan occupied South Korea from 1910 to 1945, prisons such as this one were used to silence and crush dissent. Around 500 inmates were held here, including women and children. Some of them were tortured. It's a time South Koreans have never forgotten and, more importantly, have never forgiven. Tens of thousands of Koreans were forced to work in Japanese mines and steel mills without pay during the Second World War. They say they were treated as slaves. Japan maintains these issues were resolved by a treaty signed in 1965. But a Supreme Court ruling in Seoul decided last year that workers and their families were owed compensation. Seoul believes Tokyo's trade restrictions on essential supplies for its biggest industries are a form of targeted retaliation for the court orders. Japan says that's simply not true. But the pain won't just be felt here. It could ripple through global tech supply chains, which may force the US to step in to try to solve this feud before it escalates further. Laura Bicker, BBC News, Seoul.